Well, today is the first day of my pastoral sabbatical. I wanted to give you a quick update. We're actually headed to Maryland for a family camp experience, which will be an interesting turn of events for me personally because I've just come off of 3 weeks of running camps. So it'll be a little fun for me to just sit back and watch everyone else scramble around trying to make sure that everything stays on schedule. One of the things that I enjoy most about traveling with my wife is the opportunity that it gives us to just talk. If you're anything like me, then your schedule fills up pretty quickly, and if you're married, it can sometimes feel like you've never just got the time to sit and talk with your spouse. On our ride towards Maryland today, we started talking and we came upon the subject and the topic of mentoring. We spent some time reflecting on the mentors in our lives and the people that we feel like we've had or currently have the opportunity to mentor. And as we talked, we began to realize and recognize that there are some people in our lives that we thought were going to be mentors that didn't turn out to be mentors, and there were some people in our lives that we didn't anticipate to be mentors, but certainly filled that role in our lives. And it's one of those classic, I wish I knew then what I know now type of scenarios, because as we reflected on this topic, we realized that we had been living with some pretty serious disappointment over these perceived mentors that never really panned out. I even said to Sarah at one point, man, I wish that we had known then what we know now, and we would have saved ourselves some headache and some heartache. Here's the thing. Sometimes mentorship doesn't look exactly like we think it should. We step into life or we step into our career and we have this ideal picture of who it is that's going to be mentoring us and who we're going to be mentoring, and if we're not careful, we miss the opportunities that God lays before us because we've trained ourselves to only see the outcome in the way that we're looking for. We have this expectation that our mentors are going to be these spiritual giants, and the people that we mentor are going to come crawling to us, right, on their hands and knees, begging for our spiritual wisdom and our fresh take on some sort of godly insight. But what if this? What if God has been preparing the heart of a coworker or a family member or some random person to speak truth into your life? What if those that were called to mentor you didn't look anything like what you thought they would look like? What if that neighbor down the street or some person that you meet at the supermarket was in need of some word of encouragement that you would have to offer? I mean, what if those that you and I were called to mentor didn't fit the mold that you assumed they would? So here's our new mentorship prayer that I would encourage you to adopt as well. That we would have eyes to see those that God has placed in front of us. That we would have the wisdom to perceive who He has called us to speak to and encourage. And that we would have the willingness of heart to receive truth from those that we least expect to hear it from.